Welcome back to Ginger Doll DIY, the place where I do stuff, and you can too. I found my doll, so I thought it'd be really fun for this episode to dress up like a doll. My colors go really well with the theme for today. I scream, you scream, we all scream for bubblegum ice cream. Now, what does that have to do with Halloween? We don't usually think of ice cream cones in October. Generally, it's pretty cold. But there's a twist. We're going to put the I in ice cream. So I've done squishy makeovers before. I've done this. This is my cute little, it was a unicorn from Dollar Tree. You've seen it around. If you've watched Mariah Elizabeth, you've seen this. I think that even Graveyard Loon had one of these. I don't know if either one of them actually has made over this one, but I decided this one looked like a cow trying to be a unicorn. So I made this one into a cute cow in a unicorn onesie. There's a little zipper. So that one was really cute, and I am very pleased. That was my first squishy makeover. I learned a lot. This one feels really crunchy. There's a lot of layers on there. And then last year I decided to make this little cutie. Now this little part glows in the dark and it's very cute. It had ears up here and we didn't really know what it was. A sheep, cat, lumpy thing. But the problem with this one is I never finished it. This wasn't going to be an episode. I was going to do a TikTok reel of this where I would just look him down and look him up when every time he was different. And then I got bored with that. Another thing that I learned with this one that I've learned again recently is be patient. Be patient. Wait for things to dry. You can see, hopefully, there we go. There you can see some of the texture on there. How awful that is. I use the heat gun on it. I saw Mariah Elizabeth do so, and it dried it up a little bit. No, I ruined this one. This is pretty straightforward. It's taking a thing, painting on the thing, adding another layer of the thing, painting a different part of the thing, adding another layer, and just waiting in between. So here's a little glimpse of me painting this squishy and what I do when I'm waiting for paint to dry. Let's take a look. Welcome to my squishy makeover bin. I've only done a couple. I didn't want to throw these on the table either because just look how beautifully they fit in this bin. But I'm also going to use yucky paintbrushes that are still soft. Thick, heavy-duty big boy wire. Some well-loved pliers. And introducing new paint rag. I have a bunch of paint rags, but here's a new one. Puffy paint won't wash out of paint rags very well. So let's dive in. Let's see what we have in here. I have, well, of course I have one like this. And then I have this. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Look, she even has green eyes like I do. But this is the one we're going to be working on. So let's take a closer look. It has a great shape, even on the fold over of the cone. And there is lots of ice cream texture. I was going to make the top the eyeball, but changed my mind. Ice cream cones don't stand on their own. So no matter which way you put it, nope, it still doesn't stand up. So we're going to use some of this wire, measure the length, put it pretty deep inside the cone, and fold it in half, and then you have your basic stand. I cut off the little nip at the bottom. It was too thick to stick my wire in. And you're going to want to make a nice deep hole in the butt end of that to shove that wire way up inside. If Mariah Elizabeth has taught me one thing, use a soft, matte, puffy paint to use as a primer. If you've seen a lot of my other past videos, you know that I would much rather paint from the tube than paint on a paint palette. I know you've seen my paint palettes, and this just keeps the waste down. So go ahead and, oh no, wait, sand first. Now go ahead and slather on a nice even coat of primer, and then let that part dry on the ice cream part. Flip it over, do the cone, and I ended up doing 2 coats of primer. It's a good idea to have something that will prop up your squishy. I have a mason jar that fits the ice cream cone diagonally and will also hold it upside down so that it doesn't slide inside when the cone is drying. Let's mix some colors! It's gonna be a montage. And this montage calls for some peppy music. Hit it!
Bubblegum!
We should show them our shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Bride of Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster.
Mm-hmm.
Was cute. We made these. I don't think. Okay. Truth be known. Sunshine fur. Not Minerva. I feel like.
Nah.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's a good one. Pop in your nose. Okay, you win that round.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I win that round.
You win that round.
You have gum all over your
Mm.
face. That was a good one.
Mm.
I think that one was a tie.
Pretty close.
All right, let's see if you can see that I can blow 2 bubbles. Like a bubble inside of a bubble. All right, let's see if I can do 3.
3? Oh, wow.
This is what's going to make me super famous. For my crafting skills. Little bubbles in the background. I didn't touch it.
No.
The third one popped. That was a good one. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
It looks
no.
so much worse in person.
I'm going to send one bubble after another. Oh! Oh! Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh, it's on the nose. No! You saved it.
I thought it was going to get in my hair. How big was it?
Oh, it was... Oh.
All right, one more round.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we can do. I win that one.
Yeah. I pooped out.
All right, let's see if I can do one more really, really big one.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Uh-oh. It's in your hair and everything. You have like your own little oxygen tank going on.
Gum into the wrappers.
Come into the wrapper.
I'm just adding a little bit of a slime detail next to my little gum bits in my ice cream. Here's my spell book from Hocus Pocus. I made this. And here's the eye. I used a ping pong ball that I found at Dollar Tree. It's got an eye on it already. And that's what I picked up again. And as you can see, it's a lot different. So let's see how we can spruce it up a bit. I tried acetone fingernail polish remover to get some of this off, and it helped a little bit with the cotton ball. And then I also used rubbing alcohol, and rubbing alcohol seemed to take the most off of it the quickest. Ew. See a doctor. Here's my sacrificial eyeball, and let's try to cut it in half. My family wouldn't let me use my sword, but given my track record, I think they were right. Yes, I did put a safety glove on because I am notoriously clumsy, in case you haven't noticed. Of course I was going to bring out a power tool. We knew that all along. Speaking of accident prone, I've had many casts over my years, and this is not like a cast removing tool. This one will cut you, so be very, very careful if you're using a Dremel. This is a Ryobi, but it's like a Dremel tool. Just take little tiny chunks at a time. Be very careful. Those little bits can be really hot because there's a lot of friction. Just be extra, extra careful. I use just standard fine point markers on this, and I recommend Sharpies. Letting it dry, maybe even sand the eyeballs down a little bit. They just didn't dry. This is a funny trick. So this is just slip solution from when I used polygel for my nails. I was using it in this little jar, left it under the UV light, and it got solid. This is UV resin under the light, and you can see that there's bubbles and there's some cracks inside. I don't know what happened, probably because I poured it so deep. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the slip solution instead. I carefully put a layer over the iris and the pupil, and then I do it over the sclera. Well, let's see what happens here. Oops. It was stuck to my thumb. I just wanted to go whole hog on this bloody mess, but I really also wanted to keep it family friendly. There's my little toy. Hello in there. Hello. Time to install that wire. The hot glue is going to be what gives this whole structure its stability. It's also going to act as kind of the slime oozing out shape, so give it some pools and drips and ooze all over the place. And I'm going to make it look like my slime is just starting to come out of this crack right here and ooze out, and like it's been dripping for a long, long time. You're going to need to use a lot of this paint, and everything's so slick, just work it on slowly, slap it around, put it in globs, you know, do what you gotta do. So when it's dried overnight, it's super thick, let it dry. Then you gotta cut these little boogery pieces off. And yeah, they stick to everything. Ooh, check it out, ghostly manicures. They're cuter in public and they've got sparkly eyeballs. Things I've actually done while I'm waiting for paint to dry. Enjoy the race! Oh no! Imagine all the things that I do that I don't film. You can thank me later. This is more of a background prop. I don't intend on squishing it around a lot. Oh, yep, get your fingernail in there. That's always great. So using hot glue is fine, especially if it's not going to be squished around a lot or handled much. Yeah, just keep fighting with that hot glue. It's never ending. Build up a layer so it looks like the eyeball is pushing its way through the ice cream from within. Paint it your bubblegum ice cream pink and voila, you're done. And there you have it. A pretty fun ice cream cone. I wanted to make this little creature a little bit more menacing, a little more gross and goopy, but I also want this video to be monetized years down the road, so I had to be careful with how much blood I used, and the eye turned out a little bit more realistic than the cartoony ice cream cone, but I think that it's a really cute juxtaposition. You know, this looks almost good enough to eat. Dolly and I feel much better now. Next week, we're going to... It's going to be awesome. Until then...
You should go to sleep now. I'll be right here when you wake up.
Lord of the Rings, you had the foundations of Weta.
Ugh. Parents? Poof your hair.
Poof, poof. It's a second poofing.
This...